The Honourable Nanaia Mahuta.
Mr Chair, that Minister may know or thinks he knows where the rubber hits the road. The problem is, figuratively speaking, his tyres lack traction because he doesn't have a plan in the energy portfolio for what forward looks like. And despite early undertakings that he gave when taking on this portfolio of reviewing the energy strategy, it's taken him 18 months to actually release the draft energy strategy for consultation. It's taken 18 months. On top of that, he's only given 6 weeks for consultation. That strategy is light in detail. It reverses previous decisions under Labour and in favour of National's preference, a greater reliance on fossil fuels and thermal generation. It's a backward step, and it's not a step change, and it's not a comprehensive or coherent strategy for the future. In fairness to the Minister, he did speak previously about reforms that were taken to ease economic development, and I would think that he would apply the same argument to the mining sector, changes to the RMA. Well, what did that do? Sure, it sped up consents for significant projects, but it also constrained public input into decision-making. I don't think that's a step forward, it's a step back. He continued to compound a number of the gains by decisions made by the National Government. Or was that gains like removing the ban on thermal generation, gains like removing the 5% biofuel obligation, pushing out the intent of the 90% renewable targets to 2025? I think that the whole aim of what this Minister is trying to do in the energy portfolio needs to be better positioned and discussed, because his strategy is light on detail. The Minister chooses to ride the cart when the horse is already bolted. Kiwis want a responsible approach to dealing with the real issues concerning them. They don't want an irresponsible mining regime where proper protections and limitations are considered fully prior to consenting to deep-sea drilling. The Minister made the point in Select Committee that we have observers from his ministry over in the Gulf of Mexico looking at what had happened over there, taking the lessons forward and considering that. Well, why doesn't the Minister start to tell the New Zealand public, or even this House and Parliament, about what those findings are and what he's doing to put greater protections around deep-sea drilling here in Aotearoa, New Zealand? Those are the types of concerns that Kiwis want to know about. Just as well, the Minister finally did a U-turn after a 40,000 March turnout in Queen Street around the mining on Schedule 4 protected lands. Well, did it need public consultation? Did it need 40,000 people marching when he already knew, by virtue of the creation of Schedule 4, that people feel very strongly about those lands? How much was spent on that process? And I know that people in my electorate of Hauraki are very happy that the Minister just listened to the common sense of what was already known when the development of Schedule 4 existed. People feel very passionately about their natural heritage and their special and unique places in the conservation estate. Iwi want better consultation and engagement on mining applications where they have significant interests, such as those in the Rainga Basin, in Te Tai Tokerau and Raukumara in the East Coast. But just today, there are headlines in the Gisborne Herald which reads, "Outrage at latest mining application. Minister riding roughshod over mana of our people." And then another article, "No obligation to tell the public of applications." Well, Minister, that's a travesty in this portfolio when the public do have a significant interest in his mining agenda. Equally important, household consumers want assurances on basic household impacts like power prices. What is the Minister's track record on listening to these concerns? December 2008, Genesis increased prices by up to 9%, and John Key said he was disappointed. February 2009, Meridian increased power prices by 6.5% for 180,000 of its customers. The Minister said that this was very, very disappointing. February 2010, this year, Contact Energy increased electricity prices by 5% for over 300,000 households. Jerry Brownlee advised that customers shop around. This month, Mercury increased power prices by 3.3% for all of its consumers. And again this month, Contact Energy increased power prices by 3.2% for all of its customers, and over 10% for some customers in Dunedin. And what are they told? Shop around. Well, how do Kiwi households compensate on top of that message of shopping around with tax cuts that deliver very little and GST increases that will come on the 1st of October? The Minister needs to do more.
Mr. Chair.